Hi there, welcome back to series 2 of our software development series. Hopefully, by the end of this series, you should be able to determine your career strengths in software development, and you should be able to know the particular career you want to go into in software development, as there are several different professions that are in software development. Stick around and let's get started. So we will be starting with software development. Of course, we have to know what software development entails. So software development is a branch of computer science that deals with the design, development, basically everything that is entailed in creating a software. Let's take, for instance, I have an idea that I think will be able to make learning online easy for people. I have the idea. I am not a software developer. I need software developers. I need so many people on my team in order to be able to actualize this dream. Don't forget that in our last series, we talked about programming, concept of coding, and what computers are. All of this all add up together to achieve the goal of the person that has the idea to solve a problem using softwares. So all of this add up to in order to be able to create a software. So as you know now, software development is it encompasses all the processes that are required to create a program or a software. So we have um, different professionals in software development. However, we'll be looking at 5 key team players in software development. These are for very simple solutions, not solutions that require thousands and millions of users. As you know, you cannot compare a website that's just that belongs to a sole proprietor that owns just let's say a store that he sells food stuff, just to display the foodstuffs and the prices, and probably people reaching out to see if they can buy from the website. You can't compare that website with a website that's like Amazon, like Facebook, that has millions and billions of users all over the world. They are totally different. So for the aim of this, for the purpose of this video, we're looking at a very simple software. So that is why we are highlighting these key players. Of course, you hear that there are many of them aside of these people that are highlighted in this picture. So for the purpose of this video, we'll be focusing on just 5 key players in web development. So for the first key player, we have the product managers, product designers, software developers, the QA testers, the DevOps, and engineers. So we'll be looking at each and every one of these key players in web development and talk more about them. Hopefully, you'll be able to know where your strength lies in either of these careers. Of course, there are other careers in web development aside this. So product managers identify the customer need, they understand the business, and they know the right team together for such business. They know the right technical team that will be required to achieve that particular business idea. So a product manager is a person who identifies the customer need and the larger business objective that a product or a feature will fulfill, articulates what success looks like for a product, and rallies a team to turn that vision into a reality. So product managers are very important in the development pipeline. Without them, obviously, you don't have a technical team. Product managers are mostly in most organizations, they are the ones that actually gather the team. They are the head of the team. They are the head of they are the ones that see the success of that particular project into being reality. So they are very important in every organizations. And product management does not require coding. You don't need to know how to code before you can be a product manager. Some of the tools that they usually use are project management tools, collaboration tools, where they use collaborating with the technical experts on the job. They usually use different collaboration tools like Slack, different softwares that they use, like they use Jira for organizing and assigning tasks. They use quite, but they do not code. They have their tools that they use in making sure that the project actually comes out as the product owner had in mind. So another essential people that are very, very important in the career in software development are product designers. As a product owner, you just have the idea. You do not know how it is going to look. But a product designer is someone that is very skilled in the aspect of actualizing or bringing out your idea in design. So the design is what the product owner sees first, and actually is either you have issues with design or you're okay with the design. And for product designers, they do a lot of research in making sure that the product actually comes out well and is unique in its own way. So a product designer is responsible for the user experience of a product. They usually take direction on the business goal and objectives from product management. So like I mentioned earlier, the product manager is the one that most times they are the ones in charge of the product designers and every other technical member that will be accountable for making sure that that product comes out well. So the product designer would always liaise with the product manager to be able to be sure that the design that is creating is in line with the goals and the motives of the business. So sometimes you see people referring to them as UX designers, UI designers. Some people say UI UX, although they are different. A UI designer is in charge of the user interface, while the UX is in charge of the user experience. For you to know more, I'll drop a link where you can read more about product design. So some commonly used tools by them are Figma, Sketch, Adobe XD. They use different design tools to bring the concepts to life first. So they are very, very important in every organization. So we go to the people that code, the software developers. So after the product manager has liaised to the product designer and the product owner and the team members are fine with the design the product designer comes up with, the next people to give are the developers. Software developers are in charge of writing and creating software using different programming languages. Do not forget that programmers are code, and for you to code, you have to learn one or more programming languages that are used to give them that are used to give your computer instructions on how you want your code to come out. Don't forget that developers have to use designs given by them by the product designers as a guide on whatever products they are trying to build out and whatever solution they are trying to create. So they write codes to achieve the design given to them by product designers, and also logic to ensure the code functions as explained by the product managers. They include mobile and web developers. They are broadly divided into, you hear people talking about front-end development, back-end, and full-stack development. So we'll talking more on all of this in our next series. For now, you should know that software developers are also very, very important in every team. For you to be able to put your product out there for the world to see what your product is all about, you need developers to code it out and host it on different hosting platforms. So some of the commonly used tools by developers are text editors, debugging tools, browsers. Another important people in every software or program are the QA engineers or the testers. So they are more focused on managing the product lifecycle and verifying that the software meets the defined quality standards or customer agreements. So what this means is that after coders have coded out the design given to them by product designers, the next people that work on the code are the testers. Testers make sure they test the code and try to look for every loophole that might arise that the developers might have omitted due to an oversight. They work closely with developers in making sure that the code do not break in any part. Let's say, for instance, you want to fill a form that will be a form on a website, and the form is for the form to actually give you the right response or interact with you rightly. You need to input a correct email address. You need to input some certain fields are made compulsory. These are the works of these are where testers come in place. They try to see if developers have actually put all of these validations in place, depending on different use cases that users might want to use on the software does not break. So imagine where they want you to put an email address and you're putting just one at gmail.com, whereas that does not exist. So QA testers would reach out to developers and to add more validations on this form, so that when a user tries to place maths on the software, we have validations in place to make sure that the user does what we want to do. You can see they are very, very important. Imagine I am having a code that is just that works only on certain, that does not pass through testing. There are many times that the code will break and that software might eventually not be used, because a user encountering difficulty in using your software for the first time would likely not come back to your software. So QA designers, QA engineers, and testers are very, very important in the software engineering pipeline. Another important people that people try to overlook are DevOps engineers. DevOps engineers are very, very important, because there are times when you think that the products they are building is just for little number of users, and eventually over the years you see that people like your software and they want to use your software more. Then that is where you need to skill your software. You need to be able to, there's sometimes that you visit websites and they will tell you that it is temporarily down, maybe when maybe there is too much traffic on the website. Imagine going to Facebook now, where you have millions and thousands of people using Facebook all at the same time. Structures need to be put in place for this to be able to, for your software to run successfully, no matter the number of users that are using it at the same time. So DevOps engineers are very, very important. Some of their commonly used tools are like Git control tools like Chef, Ansible. They have like automation tools like Jenkins, Docker. They have quite a number of tools that they use. Although DevOps do not really require actively coding, but there are times when they have to code out some solutions. So for QA testers, they write just a little amount of code, but not necessarily, they're not actively coders. They don't like code actively. It is only on when it is necessary for them to actually write out some code to validate, to check if some testing passes and all of that. So the people that actively code are just the software developers. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this series. I know you'd be wondering now that which of these software development career should you choose? Honestly, it all depends on your preference. If you are someone that likes coding, that have been introduced into coding for some time, and you think you can cope with the hits and the hits of coding, you can go ahead and be a software developer. But if you are someone that actually wants to be in the development world but do not like coding the idea, you can do product design, product management. You can do all of that, and they earn as much as developers. They earn because they are all very, very important. Everything depends on how you are good, how skillful you are in your career. If you are a product designer, it's very, very skilled, and people know that. People know your words. People would pay as much as they would pay developers in order to have you on their team. So it all depends on you owning your skills, like you actually owning your skills and improving on yourself and making yourself very, very valuable to any team you find yourself. Trust me, you will earn as much as every other person on the team. So everybody earns well. It all depends on your skill level and what value you bring to the organization. If you are very valuable, everybody will want you in their organization, everybody, and it will go for the highest bidder. So if you're able to develop your career, your skill sets well enough to be indispensable, then trust me, you earn as much as any other person in software development. So Of course, there are other key players in software development, like the data analysts, the cybersecurity experts. These are very, very important people. Imagine having Amazon, for instance, where so many people enter their card details and they do not have cybersecurity experts. Imagine how so many people would have sued them, taking them to court for breach of their privacy, their card details and all of that. So cybersecurity people are very, very important. They are very, very important in organizations that deal with um sensitive information. Data analysts are also very, very very, very important people in every organization. Every organization aims to have to maximize their profits, and data analysts help you in ensuring that you use from the data they collate and from data they collate, they are able to help you drive more productivity to your product and your company. So they are equally very, very important. I'll leave a link where you can learn more about data analysis and cybersecurity. So these are the key points from this lesson. You learned about software development, the key players in software development, and of course, who earns more and the most promising of all the careers in software development. And the answer is still all. So it all depends on how you are able to stand out in your career. Thank you so much for sticking through to the end of this series. I look forward to getting questions from you. I'll be very, very glad to expatiate and explain more. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn profile is in my bio, where you can connect, and I'll be very, very happy to explain more to you. Coming up, we'll be having more series where we'll dive more into web development. See you then. Bye for now. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up. Hopefully this video has been able to guide your career choice in software development and has been able to answer some of the questions you had in software development. Thank you so much.